Hello everyone, now come back to our premium course. Today we continue to modeling concrete columns in Tekla Structural Designer. Check more detail in supported document. The file, there are several column and alignment is not the center. You can check the eccentricity 150, 250, 150 and 350. The column is not aligned at the center from one grid line to other grid line, and we had to create the column with the same structural plan. So we need to change and edit in TSD. Open TSD, double click on structural base, click on column, can model columns or precast column, and the level we want to model from the base level, okay, the base B1 to the top level rows. Now I want to model it to the level sitting. Characteristic column, material type, concrete, paint in place, can change it to the precast. Now we model paint in place concrete. Rotation, keep it 0, and concrete type use the normal concrete class, can change it to 45 or 40. Now we start up from the concrete class 40. Can check the previous tutorial about how to do 3D dimension on all C elements, how we can choose the concrete strength. Now we start up from a trial section. You can check more detail in the how to do 3D dimension. It is not so 100%, but we can use it. Concrete C40 and 50, C40 cylinder and 50 cubic strength. Auto design. Now I do not want to use the auto design option. We can check and optimize it later. In the section, can change the section, add new, check in the structural plan. Yeah, section 500, 400, 600, 400, section 400, 400, section 700, 700. Okay, now we start from the grid line. Grid line E, C3, section 500 multiplied with 400. Input the dip 500 and width 400. Okay. Auto alignment, you can untick it. So this is where we use the center of column, alignment at the center of column, or you can keep it. Okay, you see here the auto alignment option in Tekla Structural Designer. Control Z again and tick auto alignment. So now the column is placed at the center of the gravity, or center alignment in both directions. Okay, Control Z again, and you can use the rotation 90 degree. Auto design, no. Gravity load only, no. We use the column for both lateral load and gravity load. Section is okay. Automatic alignment, untick it. The measure alignment center and minor alignment center. We will correct the measure alignment and minor alignment later. The reinforcement, we use tie teeth FY 500 MPa, and for the tie or link bar, we use the same 500 MPa. Release, switch at the bottom and switch at the top. Analysis, assume crack. I will discuss more detail about partially crack or non-crack section. We will discuss more later. We will discuss more detail later. Crack, yes. Can use partially cracked and input directly the percentage. 100 is fully cracked and 0 non-cracked, and 50% you assume it partially cracked, 50% auto section. Now I keep it in the default. Yes. Design parameter, okay. The relative humidity, we keep it 80%. Age of loading in the default software you 14 days. You can define it 20 days or 30 days. You can change it. Now I keep in the default 14 days. Slenderness, it is very important to design column. When we design the column as press column or non-sphere column, you can change it. In the default, the software use the press column. What does it mean? The software assume the column is non-sphere column or press column. You can change it to pressing in both direction or in one direction. It depends on the direction. Pressing, what does it mean? Now the column is designed as the sphere column, or unpressed column. So how do you know the column is pressed and unpressed? You must to run the first order analysis and check the alpha critical in both direction 1, direction 2, or in each direction or in y direction. In Tekla Structural Designer, we can change the direction of the building 1 or 2 to HY or to H or V direction, horizontal or vertical direction. Now we can keep it press. We assume the column design press column or non-square column. The assumption can be wrong. We must to check and fit it later because now we do not yet know the alpha critical. Our structure we design the column beam and we has only one core wall and the building is 17-story high, so maybe it affect on the column. Some column can be square and some column can be non-square. It is difficult to assume all the column is square column or non-square column, so we must to check alpha critical. In case you add more wall in both direction, the grid line 5, grid line E, grid line A and grid line 1, so this structure maybe can assume it the non-square frame column. You can keep in the default press column. It is very important to check the alpha critical and stiffness. Check it again. Okay, the square seismic 3 check, we tick it. Wind 3 we tick it to check or override wind 3 limit. You can change the limit in the default software. Now I check in the design setting square and 3 check. You see in the default software the wind 3 limit is L over 300. This is the default in the software, and for the overall wind 3 is the total building height from the ground to the top roof is equal to L over 500. It can be ranked from 400 to 600. L over 400 to L over 600. It depends on the outside cladding, so you can check and optimize it depending on the structure. For the wind 3 interstory 3 can rank from L over 250 to L over 300. In the default, the software keep the value is okay. It's acceptable. Okay, so now the column you want to change it differently from other column. Click again on the model column, come back, square and 3, override wind 3 limit. In the default, the software keep wind 3 ratio limit 300, so you can change it to 200. Okay, for the column, and for other column in other grid line, you can change it differently. How you can change it, I will show you later. Different way you can change in the by using set option in the show auto state. We also can select and change the wind 3. Now we focus on the column. Again, come back to model column, thickness, square and 3. Nominal cover, it depends on the class exposure. Come back and check the previous tutorial about how to do pre-dimension on OC structure. We discuss more about concrete strength, concrete cover, how we choose the concrete class for the concrete wall pipe, concrete column, etc. So you can come back and check. For the normal use inside the building, the nominal cover from the outside face of the link to the face of the column can be 25 to 40 millimeter. Now you can keep it 25 or 30. It's okay. Now I use 30 millimeter. Seismic, no, we do not include the fireproofing or protected. If you want to use expose on all sides, you can change the exposure and select. Okay, no protected fire. Wind loading, we apply for the open structure, but for the wind load, we apply on the cladding. And I will show you different way how you can apply the wind load on the structure. You can set UDA, set class and set face, and check in the review view, escape review view. Check for the UDA. Okay? You must set the UDA first, so you can use the option later. Come back to model again, column. Now check for the alignment. We have to change the alignment, measure alignment offset. Check in the plan minus 150 less, so change the measure alignment. Minor alignment from the center is 100. Now change it the measure alignment offset 100. We use the measure alignment from the center, and for the minor axis minus 50. Okay, now you can check our column is correctly with the file. If you use the same column with the same alignment for other grid line, you can seal the column. For you it later by clicking on seal. Now the concrete in place concrete column, you can change its name. Concrete column or C C3 or 50 multiplied with 40 cm. Okay. Yeah. Now we have this column in a cell list. Head in flat C 50 multiplied with 40 cm again. Click on the column and click on other grid line. Yeah, you see here everything is the same with the last column. Ctrl Z again, click on the column. Yeah, you can select cut and flash. Now I want to change it. The concrete class is 40. Save it. Copy, take, delete, Ctrl A, Ctrl V. Okay. Yeah. Save. Click on column. Select the case in flat column C50 multiplied with 40 cm. Okay, now the concrete class, concrete cover, measure, emitter, alignment, nominal cover, you can change it to 30. Save it. Copy. Delete. Pass. Okay, select the concrete column. Select the case in flat concrete. Check the property. Yeah, everything is correct right now. Can change the alignment and save it again for different column. Or if you do not want to change, you can use the previous column. Now change the section directly here. Add new. The column is 600 multiplied with 400. 600. Okay, for the minor alignment 150 from the center. For the measure, we can keep it. Yeah, for the measure, we can keep it 0. Click it. Okay, this is how we can create different column and different alignment from the grid line to other grid line. If you want to model it correctly, match with the structural plan, this is how you can do it. Thank you for your watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. For other column, we use the same process to model. Thank you.